Yeah, I think that's kind of cool. I always hear this phrase on Instagram when they like talk about fitness, and it says, it would be a shame for man to die without knowing what his body is capable of, And I think that's kind of cool, but I'm not gonna go so far, Like, would I like to chest press over 100 kilos? Of course I would. That would be awesome. But I'm not gonna bulk and gain 20 kilos to do so. You know. That's why sometimes I also feel like I want to lift more and more, but I understand that for me to do so, it also involves sometimes bulking. But I don't really want to bulk. This is the problem. And right now, to be honest, for example, today I love chest day. Chest day is the best day of the week. But for example, I think I've only been at the gym now, what, almost 2 months. Told myself, I started too heavy, and I think my shoulder, it's the first time. This is also something I realize now. I'm 25. When I was 18, I feel like you could go to the gym, you didn't warm up, started with your highest weight, your body was fine. Now I feel like I have like these shoulder pains, and it's always the left shoulder, and you're like, oh. And at this age, when you get like this kind of pain, it's when you're like, oh, I have to be a bit careful, because you start to realize that this is the kind of thing that doesn't always heal. When you're 18, your body is kind of like invincible,
Yeah.
It's like you hurt your shoulder, the next day it's fine. Now you hurt your shoulder and you're going to be, with shoulder pain for a week.
Yeah, you have to worry about it. And there are pros and cons when you want to get fit. What are the cons about bulking for you? Why do you not like to do it?
I just don't want to get too big. I spent years trying, and spent days where I would try to eat between 3,000 and 4,000 calories every day, and it was terrible for me. It was and I tried that, and it's a lot of work, and I kind of came to terms with the fact that I'm a slim guy. I used to be skinny. I used to be very skinny, and now I'm just slim. And I'm 183 in height, and I weigh 73 kilo. I don't weigh a lot, probably because of my legs. This is also one of the reasons I don't want to bulk, because when I gain weight, I gain it all upper body, so my legs look even skinnier when I'm bigger up. I have there's a photo where my back was like huge, and then my legs were tiny.
Yeah.
And
you are higher than me.
Taller. Yeah.
Yeah, you are taller than me. I am 180.
Yeah, but you look maybe minimum 80 kilo.
Yeah, but I weigh 77 or 78.
77. Oh, you look quite big.
Yeah, that's because I am next to the camera.
No, but like your arms and your shoulders, that's what I mean. So I feel like I don't really want to bulk, because I don't want to get so much bigger, And also, I do want to bulk a little bit. I would like to gain maybe a few kilo. Definitely, if I could focus it to my legs, I would love that.
Yeah.
For me,
I am not on the same page. I want to get bigger and bigger.
Yeah, well, I want to get bigger. I've told myself, like, I want to get a little bit bigger, but also shredded, and some weight to my legs. I would like to weigh maybe 78 kilos, 79 kilo with maybe like 10% body fat. But right now the summer is coming, so I've kind of told myself, well, summer's coming. I kind of want to have abs in the summer. So I live in Spain. I live on an island, and you spend the summer going to the beach. So I would rather kind of have muscle definition for the summer, and then after the summer decide to bulk. I was trying, and my problem was I'm always trying to do both. I'm trying to bulk and cut at the same time, and it doesn't really or try to do a clean bulk, but it's not so easy to maintain.
Yeah, between the skinny guy and the voluminous one, but not shredded, I would prefer to have more mass.
Yeah, but like I wouldn't want. I'm not like one of these guys that say I want to look super. Like these guys that you see who are really, really shredded and they are very skinny. I don't really like that. I obviously, if a guy is bulky, but I like these kind of looks where they are like aesthetics, you know, and they are kind of big, but they still have like abs and such. I don't like it so much when you see like these huge guys, but they have like, it looks like they have no muscle definition. They are just huge, you know, and there's like no definition around their shoulders or anything. It's just like a huge arms and such.
Yeah, but if they wanted to get shredded,
yeah, they could.
Yeah, they could.
Yeah, although they do say a lot of people start bulking, and it's really hard for them to stop because your body becomes used to so many calories that it suddenly, if they tell you, you know, cut down from 3,000 to 1,000, you know, it's really difficult.
Yeah. How is your usual breakfast? What do you eat in the morning?
Breakfast, I just, you know, I'm a kind of guy that I don't know if you've heard of Weetabix. I just have like these like 3 Weetabixes. That's it. My breakfast is really simple.
What's that?
It's like a cereal, you know, it's like a block of wheat, basically, you know.
Okay.
I just have like 3 of those with protein milk. That's it, you know. And then my lunch is maybe, it's like a tin of tuna with pasta, you know. And then for dinner, it could be meat with beans and rice, or chicken and rice, or something like that. You know, quite simple.
Yeah.
And then in between, I will try and have something like a snack or a protein shake or something now that I'm at the gym.
Yeah. Where are you living right now?
In the Canary Islands.
Okay.
Tenerife. Have you heard of it?
Yeah, I've heard
Maybe
of it.
not. Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard. In my usual breakfast, I eat boiled eggs.
Yeah, I did that for a time.
And,
fried eggs, and I got sick of it. It's hard. Yeah, it's tiring to eat eggs all the time.
Yeah, and milk with oatmeal. That's my normal breakfast.
Yeah, when I was in my bulking time, I remember I used to have fried eggs every morning, but I got very tired of it.
Yeah. Do you supplement?
Well, I'm taking, you know, I started a few weeks ago to start taking protein shakes, and since the beginning I started taking creatine as well. You know.
Yeah, I am taking creatine and carbo with protein shakes. Sometimes.
Yeah. Are you taking like a kind of like a, you know, high calorie protein shake?
Yeah.
Yeah, mine is more. I'm taking it's low calorie with protein, with just a lot of protein. That's the thing, because I've kind of said to myself, well, I'm not disliking how I am physically right now, you know. So I kind of said, well, I'm gonna, you know, summer is very close. I'm gonna kind of shred it down, and then in the winter maybe I will try and gain a few kilos, you know. And the thing is, before now, this time, I'm 73 kilo when I started. But I remember years ago, I started at like I started at 63 kilos, and I tried bulking, and I was able to bulk from 63 to 69 kilos. And it's kind of curious, because when I was 69 kilos, I looked bigger than what I look like now. It's kind of strange, you know? Like my back was much wider, my arms and everything.
You had body fat higher than now?
Well, I don't think so, because I think my muscles and everything were much bigger, but I also had no belly fat at all, and now I do have some belly fat. You know, I think COVID kind of hit me, and I gained, for the first time ever, I gained weight around my stomach. But yeah, I remember at that time I had also been going to the gym 8-9 months at that time, you know, whereas now I've only been going. I don't know what maybe some of the reason is some of the weight went to my legs as well. Maybe I don't notice it so much, because in the legs it's kind of hard to notice just a little bit of weight. I mean, maybe that's also one of the reasons. But yeah, it's really strange for me to weigh more than I did when, you know, I look at photos of my arm back then, and they look much bigger than they are now. Or my back, my chest, everything looked much bigger then. But I weigh more now. It's strange. But that's why I told myself.
I also was very skinny before the military. I also weighted.
I've always told myself I would have liked
62
military.
or 63.
Yeah.
I was very skinny.
Yeah, I think the military can be quite good for this. I've always told myself, going to the military has one of the pros is you kind of leave with like the discipline of training and also the body from training. And then also at the same time, I don't know if they teach you self-defense, but if they did, that's also like something really cool, to know, like how to go out. And if someone, you go out, not only do you look huge, if you know that if someone comes to you and tries to start something, you can kind of defend yourself as well. Kind of cool.
Yeah, I didn't learn that much about self-defense there, but I am thinking about getting in some martial art, maybe BJJ in a few months.
I thought about getting into boxing, but one of the problems is they tell you that in boxing you lose a lot of weight, and although I want to cut for my abs, I don't want to lose weight.
In boxing, I get concerned about being hit every time, and
and hit in the face. I don't think that's very fun.
Yeah, in the head, and it can...
I would like to train boxing, but I wouldn't like to actually go into the ring and have to fight. I would like to know how to do it, just in case someday you have the moment where you need to use it, in case, like, I don't know, you're out at, I'm sure if you've ever been to a club, to a bar, there's always someone who looks at you in the wrong way. Like there's someone who looks like they are looking for a fight, and you kind of just ignore it because it's like, but you never know if the day comes that someone is going to actually start something, and I would rather be prepared than not. And but I feel like I would like to go boxing and practice and learn, but I think you can't really learn without actually getting into the ring and using it. That's the problem.
And in boxing, it's not about, for me, it's not about getting hurt in the face, but getting affected in my brain.
Yeah, this is one of the worst parts. This is why when you see like these fights outside of bars, I've never been a person that says, oh, I want to get in a fight at a bar, because you see them like, and they have like no restraint. People will like smack people, fall on the floor. You see people who kick people in the head, and this kind of stuff can not, it could kill you, apart from leaving you, mentally, let's say, dumb, for example. So yeah, it's definitely, I've always been the kind of person that if you see someone who's like looks at you in the bad way, it's just kind of like, I just pretend that you don't see it, because it's not even worth it. If you tell me there's a reason like for you to get in a fight, and there's like a real reason, I can totally understand that some people get in fights, but I also know that there are people who just, they look for them because
let's speak Muhammad Ali as an example. He had a beautiful life. He was very smart, but in the end of his life, he got lame. Because I think it was because the fights, and he lost his cognitive senses.
There's a lot of American football players who have a lot of mental problems because all this kind of running and banging their heads and all this kind of getting hit to the floor. Loads of cases of people who have kind of lost let's say intelligence. They've kind of ended up a bit dumb because of it. And there was even a video of a guy playing in boxing who got punched, and he got punched in the head, and he ended up becoming like a vegetable. Like he was like in a chair and he could not even really move. I thought, oh my god, what a waste.
There is a notorious episode of a guy, a fighter, that he was hit a lot of times on the back of his head, and his life changed. He couldn't do it anymore or live his life properly.
It's crazy. They really, it's a bit like throwing your life away sometimes. I think okay, yes, and there's a lot of things about this where they say, some people who fight, they think it's worth it. For them it's everything.
Really, we are running
out of time.
It was nice. It was nice talking to you, and I hope to talk to you again another time.
Yeah, me too.
About another subject.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, that was great. Well, thank you, Iago. Have a nice rest of your day.
Thank you.
All right.
You as well.
See you soon. Take care.
See ya.
Bye-bye.